There is a fringe scientific framework that proposes a complete architectural bypass of every traditional global system we rely on. The epicenter of this proposed bypass is the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, or KFSSI. Despite its interstellar ambitions, the institute has a physical anchor here, on the coast of Bari, Italy. The framework operates on strict timelines, launching courses on May 4, 2015. The closed-loop ecosystem caps intake at 250 undergraduate and 120 graduate students. The curriculum then branches into 6 core pillars: space transportation, new plasma technology, health, agriculture, materials, and energy. The KFSSI provides the foundational infrastructure for an alternative global society. The operational rules reflect this departure from standard academia. Acceptance is strictly by invitation. All teachings are conducted in English, with live translation, and the institute explicitly prohibits traditional testing. The economic directive is equally rigid. Any commercial spin-offs derived from student research must remain entirely patent-free and open source. This brings us to the curriculum's most radical pillar, health. The objective is biological sustainability, allowing individuals to live in deep space indefinitely. The framework claims processes to neutralize severe conditions, asserting solutions for ALS, cancer, coma, epilepsy, and multiple sclerosis. Claims of this magnitude rely on a version of physics completely divorced from mainstream science. This necessitates the Institute's aggressive insulation from standard academic peer review. The Keshe framework operates in direct conflict with mainstream institutions. The Foundation asserts that standard scientific authorities are actively working to suppress their technology. They point to specific instances of media blackout, citing a 10-hour Italian television documentary about their work that was allegedly shelved by producers to protect the status quo. Because of this friction, the primary institutional battlefield is the traditional science classroom, which the Foundation frames as an environment of obsolescence. During a workshop, a participant shared that a 15-year-old student received a failing grade on an essay explaining plasma science. The Foundation views this as explicit proof that adult professionals will reject these specific findings to protect their own jobs. This forces a tactical pivot. Rather than seeking validation from university physics departments, the strategy focuses on pedagogical subversion. The Foundation bypasses adults entirely by teaching 10-year-olds how to build low-cost physical experiments at home. By arming youth with physical proof of alternative physics, the Foundation aims to force a bottom-up collapse of traditional science education. The core of this physical proof is a $5 device called the CO2 kit. It consists of a container housing a nano-coated copper plate and a zinc plate. These plates are then submerged in a specific saltwater solution. According to the framework, this arrangement creates a specific environment. It allegedly tunes a gravitational magnetic field to the exact frequency of atmospheric carbon dioxide. The intended output is the continuous extraction of CO2 from the ambient air, trapping it at the bottom of the container as what the Foundation calls a solid-state gas. This basic trap serves as the mechanical axiom for the entire Keshe framework. If this premise holds true, the Foundation claims the door is open to infinite resource generation. The basic CO2 kit is then mechanically modified to generate atmospheric water without external power sources. Early iterations of this water unit were tested using simple wine cooling containers in China. The first mechanical modification involves completely sealing the central system. By preventing the CO2 magnetic field from entering the inner bucket, the design forces a dense cluster, a traffic jam soup, of CO2 to hover directly above it. The next requirement is establishing a precise boundary layer by wrapping the system inside a double-walled plastic container. This plastic undergoes a chemical alteration. It is washed in a caustic material without physical contact against the walls to create what the Foundation describes as nanostructure magnetic fields of carbon and hydrogen, or CH bonds. This creates a core biomimetic analogy. The CH boundary allegedly mimics the carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen amino acid interactions found inside the human lung. As ambient air passes through this boundary, the interaction continuously condenses moisture. The Foundation projects this passive system can yield 3 to 4 liters of pure water every single day. The Foundation insists this output is not standard H2O. It is a balanced liquid carrying the gravitational magnetic field strength of the elements surrounding it. This chart details specific elemental benefits. Zinc is absorbed to dictate emotional stability and neural balance. Copper is integrated to support physical muscle structure and maintain solid body mass. Finally, the carbon and hydrogen bonds provide raw energy, likened to consuming a natural high-sugar beverage. By satisfying physical, emotional, and energetic needs through a single liquid medium, the Foundation asserts that the global requirements for traditional agriculture and the killing of animals for food effectively vanish. The final logistical step of the KFSSI blueprint is the direct deployment of these self-sustaining units, which cost between $1 and $5 to build, straight to vulnerable populations. The Foundation points to disaster zones, like the aftermath of the Nepal earthquake, as the ideal environment for this technology to resolve thirst and hunger. Because the plastic's magnetic field never depletes, and the system requires zero external power, a single drop-off theoretically eliminates the need for ongoing humanitarian aid. The Keshe Foundation's ultimate blueprint weaponizes alternative physics to permanently sever humanity's reliance on the existing global nation-state architecture.